everybody, Gail here. Well, it's quite late, but it is within the 2 weeks. It's just starting to rain outside. Yesterday we had, it wasn't a terrible storm, but it was a thunderstorm, and it went on for about 2 or 3 hours. We didn't flood though, because of the hot weather, because you know, we have had some hot weather this week. It's been really nice. Well, quite nice. It's not very nice when you're too hot. But I'm not having 3 quilts on the bed anymore. Slept with 1 last night, so that must be a sign of summer. What was I going to tell you? I have forgotten. Maybe I'll remember in a little while. Anyway, I'm going to start with this quilt, which I think I talked about last time, didn't I? I was going to put the edging on, wasn't I? The borders. Well, I have. I took about 8 photographs and sent them to my children and my friends and said, you know, which combination of borders shall I use? Everybody came up with different ones. In the end, I chose my own, and it wasn't even one of the 8 photographs. So here it is. Maybe I should do it the other way. This is, you know, a big quilt in the making here. So let's see if I can get it. So this is the quilt, and then I put this red, no I didn't, I put this, yes I did, because this is a quilt, that's right. I put this red grunge border on. I am beginning to wonder why I'm making so many red quilts. I think it's because of all the French General I use. Anyway, I put this on, grunge, and then I put on this, which is a self-detailed cream, kind of nondescript, and that's a Robin Pickens one from her one of her ranges. It's got butterflies on, I can't remember. And then I used the border I'd bought all those months ago. So I had lots of combinations, and I decided to sew it on without this grey edging. You see how this greyish edging is on both sides? I sewed it together so that was within the seam allowance. So I've got another well, I don't know where it is. It was here before and I've lost it already. I'll probably hear it roll on the floor in a bit. Anyway, I've got another one of these white borders to put down here. Let's pretend this is a bit of border, so it will hide that grey edging again. And then I think I'm going to use my patterned fabric. I've probably got it here in this bag. Anyway, that's what I'm going to use for the border, and I'll show it you later. Now on the back you can see I've got lots of French General, and this is William Morris. Lots of silver and red. And I've had a look, and I haven't really got enough red or enough silver to do the backing. So I've bought this to do the backing of the border that I'm putting on, and this one, which is entirely different. Can't remember who it's by, but it's not French General. This is William Morris. So that's what I'm going to be putting on the back of my border. Anyway, that's those that I bought. Here we are. Here's my cream that I've cut off ready to put on the bottom of this border, like that. And then I'm going to use some patterned fabric, which I think I've got in this bag here, but not at the top of the bag. Just let me get, oh, here it is. Yes, not the final border. I'm going to put on this white, and then I'm going to do the, what's it called? The bit round the edge in this, because I really want to include this. It's really pretty. I can't remember what it's called. My brain's going, I don't know. I'm going to be very unreliable, aren't I? The older I get, I think I could be talking about anything. Anyway, the cardigan that I am crocheting for my granddaughter, which I know I talked about last time, and I'm doing, I said I was doing the age 4. It's got these pretty flowers around the bottom. Well, I'm not. I'm doing age 3.5 because while I was knitting it, I decided the age 4 was just a bit too big. I mean, this feels as if it's too big, but she'll be 3 in September. And, you know, I mean, she's not a giant or anything. So this is how much I've done so far. It's all crocheted in one piece. And I'm just doing the neckline bit up to the shoulders. So I'm getting on all right with that. I keep losing my crochet needle, but... And I brought the crochet jumper I've made for my youngest grandson. I know I said I was going to do a short, but I didn't do it. So here it is. And he's the same age as my granddaughter. Well, he's a few months older. So let's compare them. So I know it's going to be too big for him, but he'll grow. Oh, that's the back. Let's see how they compare in size. Oh, they're much the same, really, aren't they? Her shoulder's going up a bit further, I think. But she's bigger than him. A bit, just a bit. So, yes, that's what I've made for him. And I bought the same wool for her, but this is much softer. I think it's because I used a bigger crochet hook, but I couldn't find it. Because, you know, I don't put anything away. So, there it is. And here is the neckline. And it fastens on the shoulder. So, hopefully his head will go through there. And that is the crocheted button. Now, the last one I made, I think I did 3 crochet buttons on the shoulder and 1 on the neck, and she only fastens 1 or 2, and she never fastens the neck one. So I thought, well, I won't put a button on it then. And as you can see, I did this without a pattern. I'm very pleased with myself. I indented for the sleeves, and I put the sleeves on afterwards. So he's got plenty of room to grow. And here's the hat I made. And I know I've bought a pom-pom maker, you know, a modern plastic pom-pom maker. I don't know where it is. So he's not got a pom-pom. I thought I might put a tassel on, just so he knows which is inside and which is outside. But in the winter, he'll be nicely kitted out in his jumper and hat, won't he? Anyway, that's that shown to you. I can post that off now. I don't think he needs it this week. Now, what else am I doing? I bought this material because it's shirred. This is from the D-Stash. I don't know how big it is, but there's lots and lots and lots of it with shirring at the top. So I thought I would make my granddaughter a little summer dress, cut it off, and use the rest in my patchwork. It's nice, isn't it? I don't like shirred things myself, but they're always handy to put on a little girl. Now, I'm going to show you something I shouldn't really show you. Oh, I'm not on the floor, it's all right. So that is how I fell on the floor. My chair disappearing from under me. Right, so this block of the month, no, it's not a block of the month, round robin that I'm doing with the group. We started it on Thursday, and I got the bag of somebody, and in it was just a square of fabric, because, you know, the central motif can be anything. Mine's pieced, hers is plain. You can do what you want. She might watch this, I don't know. But anyway, this is what I've done. I'm just going to give you a quick peek. That's the fabric that she put in the middle. It's all sparkling gold. And I have pieced together these of my fabrics from my stash, which I'm going to cut into 3-inch chunks and have a piano border around the edge. You think that goes all right? Because, you know, my husband just says yes all the time to me, whether it goes all right or not. Although, well, once he did say to me that it was very nice if I wanted the back of my dress to be 6 inches higher than the front, so it was constructive. So that's only going to be 3 inches, so it's going to be like that all around the edge. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that. I thought those choices of material that I had in went really well. And I've got more oranges than that, you know. I bought one of these before, and I found a lady that was selling it, and I bought 2 off her because she's closing her shop. Now, it's New York Beauty, I think. What's it say? New York Beauty, yes. Foundation by the yard. Now, I want to make a New York Beauty, and I'm not really a fan of foundation paper piecing, but this is foundation piecing on fabric. So you don't have to pull it off the back. And I thought I would give that a go. It's only triangles and then making it into a drunkard's path, really. You can see these triangles. Of course, that's a long time in the future. Does it say who it's made by, this? There's 12 blocks. So I've got 3, that's 36 blocks. I don't know how old they are. Not old, how big they are. Let's see what it says. Does it say the biggest size? Not there, it doesn't. New York Beauty, New York Beauty. Doesn't say who it's by, I'm afraid. Oh, what does this say? No. Oh, here we are. Burnatex. Burnatex. Cotton screen printed, it says, and it's by Sharon Hultgren. Foundation by the Yard by Burnatex. So, of course, I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon because I've got that quilt to finish the border, and I've mitered the corners, and I'm not very happy that they're square. So I've been doing it in the house, and I've brought it in the shed to square up the corners, make sure these miters are properly done before I put on my white border. And then my binding, that's what it is, began with B. My binding, sorry if I made any of you jump then. Anyway, so I've got that's from D-Stash. I got this from D-Stash. I can't remember what they said it was, but they've pulled it to pieces. It was curtains, maybe. And I just thought it was so 1930s. I bought it. I thought it looked a bit kind of coarse. And I thought it might be, you know, like that kind of feed sack type material. But it's not. But it's green. It's a green I've not got in anything else. And I shall be using that in something or other at some time or other. I bought these from D-Stash as well. These are very nice. My sort of thing, these. I don't know who they buy because there is no selvage on it, any of them. But they're all fat quarters. So we have white spotty with pink flowers. We have blue with flowers. We have pink with flowers. Oh, you can't see any flowers on that, can you? Yeah, that's better. Pink with flowers. And then we have a blue background with pink flowers on. I don't think my hand's big enough. And white with some pink flowers. Roses, that's what they are, not flowers. Roses, aren't they? And then we have, I don't think it's quite white. It might be a very, very pale blue with some little flowers on. And some blue with frames of flowers. So, how many have I got? I think, is it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's nearly 2 yards of flowering material. We'll see what I make with that. Of course, it will be a quilt. We know that, don't we? What else have I got in here? I bought some panels for baby quilts, you know. They're bears, mummy and baby bears. They could be daddy and baby bears, couldn't they? Aren't they lovely? Now, I have a feeling it said somewhere Morris Creative Group. I think that's Dan Morris that's done these. I have a feeling. So I don't know if they're all different, but there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 16 on a panel. They might be all different. I can't really tell. Aren't they lovely? Anyway, I bought that because I thought they were lovely, and they will make something lovely. Maybe one of my grandchildren will be a big fan of bears. I don't know. But anyway, I shall make that into a quilt at some point. Now, can't remember if I've shown you this or not. This is half a metre of the main feature fabric of Chelsea Garden. I've been waiting for this to come in, and it took me so long to choose what fabrics. I was very swayed by the dark blue one, which is in here somewhere, but I decided not to get the dark blue one in the end. I decided just to go with the plain. Is that the dark blue one? This is the cream one. It's the same pattern. Because I really don't want dark things in my bedroom. And I thought, if this is going to look lovely and summery, I'm going to need the cream to boost it, you know, when I make it into something. So I can't remember if I've shown you this. Maybe I've just talked about it a lot, but that is a lovely range, and I bought half a metre to go with it, and I've got another 2 metres on order. Now, this is one I bought off Sheila again, in one of her sales that was around Easter, I think. I'm getting covered in it again. These zigzag dust is deadly, really, isn't it? So this is called Bliss by 3 sisters. So we'll have a quick flick through. That's kind of got leaves in a self pattern. Little tiny rosebuds. It's all very floral. This is very me. I like this sort of thing. But you know, you can't go whole hog on this sort of thing because your husband then starts feeling a bit left out. So some things have to be dark or a bit more masculine, maybe. I made him a quilt for his 60th. That was made out of tweed and wool suiting. Now these aren't orange, they're peach. Little flowers on, and then we get to the pale blue. That's white with pale, very tiny pale blue sprigs, I'll call them sprigs. So, isn't it pretty? I wonder if this will go with my very pretty set. I remember saying, isn't it pretty, before. Now these are all kind of teals. There's a flowery teal. No, they're not teals. They're taupe, that's what I meant. I knew it began with a T. Taupe. My friends are very used to this kind of talk. And hopefully you are as well by now, where I'll get everything mixed up. This is my layer cake of Whimsy Wonderland that I've already got one of. I didn't know when I bought it, but it was going cheap, you know, how can you resist? What else have I got in here? Oh, lots of things. This is all what I bought from Flutter Fabrics. Oh. You know, her Wednesday night sale. She didn't have one last week. I was bereft. Is it called bumbleberries? It's what I call it. I don't know if that's its proper name though. But it's nice. And you know, different shades. It's nice. And I got another one in pink. I thought that would go with something. Now these are Jason Yenter. £6 a metre. Maybe they weren't, maybe they were £9 a metre, but a lot cheaper than you'd buy. a blue one. Now I think I have got a lot of Jason Yenter fabric put away somewhere ready for a project with butterflies all over it. And I think I bought that in blue because my husband was amazed that I didn't buy it in the pink and purple. But I thought I would go blue. I've gone blue with my eyeshadow today. You noticed? Bluey green. Go with my top. Anyway, I thought, I think I've got some blue, so I bought that. And I bought that just because it's purple. And this is Jason Yenter as well. I've never seen this. But I thought, oh, that's lovely. I only bought 1/2 metre. That's upside down. Isn't that lovely? I'll probably regret only getting 1/2 metre. But this gold goes nice with it, doesn't it? Look. And I bought some nice green sage, shall we call it, to go with it as well. So they go nice, don't they? So I don't know what I'm going to make, but there you go. And I bought this because I thought it was lovely. Isn't that lovely? Does that go with the pink bumbleberries? Not quite, not quite. But this is from the same range. I bought 1 metre of those as well. So I was very pleased with that. And oh, I also bought from her a great big load. 3 metres by 150 centimetres. Is it 150 centimetres? You know, wide. Purple spotty fabric. Now this is viscose again. So I bought it to make a skirt because I like purple. So this, as I keep saying, will go in my hundreds of boxes and corners and things of dressmaking material. But I am determined to make something this year. I'm sticking with this finishing. I don't usually stick with anything. But I bought a dress. And I decided all the alterations it needed, I couldn't be bothered. So I cut it in half and made a skirt. And the top half, I thought I would get some nice material onto the bottom and have it like a half and half dress. So I'll have a new skirt and a dress. And I bought, I know it's never ending, is it? Bought from a D-stash group this fabric, and I don't think this has got any edging either, but I think this is you know, Dutch, from the Dutch people. I've got a few books by the Dutch people, but I can't remember who they're called. The Dutch. It's all very similar to this kind of thing anyway. I ought to be more prepared, shouldn't I, about what I'm going to talk about. Can't just call them the Dutch people. Dutch fabric company maybe, I don't know, but they take it all from antique Dutch quilts. And I just love the colours. I even love that one. Definitely orange, but I think it's lovely. Excuse me. It's all right, you can't catch it. So I bought those. That's 8 fat quarters. So they're very nice. And lastly, at the bottom of the bag, I got more cottons in more colours. See, I'm building up my colour repertoire. I mean, I'm going to have to buy more drawers. I have, you know, cardboard drawers to put them all in. And they're like blues, reds, oranges. I put my yellows in with the oranges. Greens. I think I had to get a separate drawer in town for my black and whites. Anyway, I just can't resist. I'm pretty rubbish, really. So that's where I'm up to. So when I stop talking to you, I'm going to be squaring up my mitres, and then I'll go back in the house. And where my husband's tea is in the oven, I'm going to make a soup for my tea. I'm going to go back in the house and actually stitch the miters, because at the moment they're only tacked. I'll show you. Let's dump all that stuff back in there. Oh. Oh. Nope, you can't see. Can you see? Nope. Where? Can you see that? But they're just not, they're a bit wrong. You can tell that by the way it's hanging, can't you? They're a bit excess fabric. So when I've squared those up and made some alterations, oh, that one's sewn. I did that one down. But you know, it's only hand sewing. The other ones are just, oh, let's chuck that down there. Oh. The other ones are tacked, just tacked, ready for me to sort out. So I think I've shown you everything I've bought and everything I've done this week. I've made quite a few this fortnight, I should say. Made quite a few soups, which I ate. I ate all of them, even though they weren't quite as nice as I was expecting. I'm getting a bit more adventurous with my additions to the soups. I think I'm having carrot and coriander tonight, and I've got lots of cream and sour cream that I might put in. I've got a busy week this week. What's happened today? Today we had to go and pick up my grandson from school, and I saw him yesterday as well. Yesterday we had a lot of fun. We played with his baby dinosaur collection that we have at our house, and he got some slime that he brought with him a few weeks ago, and we got the slime out, and that was the pond that went in a Tupperware lid. That was the pond, and all his dinosaurs were, you know, playing in and out of the pond. And then the big old coffee tin that we keep his balls in, that he can throw at the curtains, and they stick. Oh, they stick to everything. They stick to him and everywhere. That has some Christmas decorations in, strings of beads. And I think they were green and red, the ones that were in there, because my granddaughter likes to play with them. So he had them coming out. They were coming out like, and that was the lava, and it was going towards all the dinosaurs, all the lava coming out the tin. And we had to make a boat for them to all get in the slime pond, lake, whatever it was. So we made a boat out of some chocolate wrapping paper, and it needed a flag. So we cut out a picture of a frog from somewhere, and he'd made a stick with his aqua beads, which are little plastic beads that he puts on a tray. They're a bit like hammer beads, you know, that you iron, but these you spray with water and it makes them melt, and when they dry out they're stuck together, and he'd made a stick. So we got the stick and we cut out a little piece of paper from something and stuck it on, and that went in the boat, and all the dinosaurs piled in the boat and didn't get got by the lava. But then they needed a car for their escape, so we made a car out of a box lid. We stuck some wheels on. It was only like, you know, like that big. We cut out some wheels and we stuck them on, and we got a Hedrew steering wheel. We cut that out and we stuck that on. All the dinosaurs piled in there, and they all drove around the living room on their way to the airport. So I had to make a plane then. So we got the tin of dominoes, and we got all the dominoes out, and all the little mini dinosaurs. Some of them are like erasers, you know, little. They're only like an inch high, inch and a half at the most. They all got in the plane, which was an old Domino's tin. Dominoes got chucked, and well, they didn't get chucked on the floor, I mean. All the dominoes got out, yes, and the dinosaurs got in, and we put the lid on, and then we had to make some wings. Stuck the wings on, they flew off, and they were saved. So after all that activity, and helping him learn his spellings, though I don't think he's actually learned them, the pair of them went upstairs with Popsy, because they love it upstairs. They don't have an upstairs, they live in a flat. So they pile up the stairs and they run around, and they jump up and down on the bed, get under me quilts and scream and giggle. Anyway, they were up there. They were still up there when the mum came, because she went shopping while she left them with us because they were driving her mad and she had a headache. And she went up to see what all this screaming and laughter was about. And they had made a quilt. Well, the quilt that was on the bed, they had tucked one edge of it all into my drawers, my top drawers that's at the side of my bed. And they had wedged the other half of the quilt securely on the bed with all our pillows. And they were down in between the cupboards and the bed in their den. Yeah, they were having a lot of fun time. They drive my husband mad because this at the side of my bed, all sorts of interesting things. What's that? What's that, Popsy? What's that? Like, I've got a smocking pleater there. I must move it because it's full of needles and everything, you know, they want to mess about with. Anyway, so we had them yesterday, and then we picked him up from school today because my daughter was in a meeting, and did more homework. He wasn't allowed to have an ice cream till he did his homework. And then we had fun watching Tom and Jerry while he ate an ice cream. I did mean for him to do some work, well, not work, have a play on something I'd downloaded onto my Kindle, but I forgot about it because it's a week's free trial, and I wanted him to have a go before I decided whether or not to buy it. It expires on the 17th. What's the date today? Is it the 13th? 14, 15, 16. That's Friday. Well, I'll have to decide by myself, won't I? Anyway, I think that's everything I've got to tell you. I'm putting out of my mind future projects because I've got to finish this quilt, which, you know, I don't think I'm too far from it. And then I've got to do the edges of my log cabin. Just doing the borders. I've already pieced the material for the borders. I just got to piece the material together. Anyway, and I'll show you when I come to it. It went to my quilting group last week and did a talk. It was only a quick kind of casual talk about my big stitch quilting, how I started doing it, and how I do it. And they all had a look at some examples I took in. And apparently, I know a few months ago one of the members tried Gail's big stitch quilting, and she was saying how much easier it was and quicker. And they've decided, we've made a group quilt. I think lots of us did some patches, all using a certain material plus materials that went with that certain material, and we're doing the binding in this certain material. And I think we've got 12 or 15, I can't remember, blocks. They're all 12-inch blocks, and it's all sewn together. So we've got this quilt, probably fit you know, a single size bed, and do just as well, you know, keeping you warm in the living room or keeping your feet warm at the bottom of a bigger bed. Anyway, I didn't know, but the committee, I think, have decided to quilt it using big stitch quilting. So I got all my threads out because I took my threads. I don't know if they're still in here. Yeah. I took my threads to show them what kind of threads I use for my big stitch quilting. So we had these all over the quilt while we tried to imagine it with big stitch quilting. Anyway, they've gone off to discuss it, the committee. And I was telling them that I have done one with white stitching, so I'll take that next meeting to show them the white stitching. It doesn't all have, but it'll just be so modern and jazzy if it's done in the coloured cottons. Anyway, so we washed that yesterday in the nice weather, so that's all nice and washed, ready to take to show them what it looks like with white quilting. And what else? Oh yes, and the next meeting, which is next Thursday, a week on Thursday, I'm doing a talk on Drunkard's Path. Now, I've already done a talk on Drunkard's Path. I taught 10 people how to do it. But being as a big stitch quilting quilt that I took in to show an example, one of them, of my big stitch quilting was the Drunkard's Path quilt, because it's newly finished. They've asked me to do a Drunkard's Path demonstration again. And I said, well, you know, yes, I'm perfectly happy to do it, because I did make 256 Drunkard's Path sectional blocks, didn't I, to make that. So I'm doing that at the next one. So I've got to get prepared for that. And today I had my grandson, that's right. Tomorrow, what's happening tomorrow? Oh, I'm going to a local primary school to help with their after exam sewing project. I did it last year as well. No, me and others, they asked the quilting group if we would go and help out. So I'm doing that tomorrow afternoon. And then the day after that, on the Wednesday, I'm going out in the morning with my Wednesday morning friend. I do see her other times as well, but we always go out on a Wednesday morning. A toasted tea cake and a pot of tea, and then we have hot chocolate before we go home, because that's decadent. We like a bit of decadence. Meeting her in the morning, and then at 3 o'clock, so you can all think of me if you can work out what time that is in your country. I'm at the dentist. I've got an hour's appointment to have a cracked filling replaced, and last night I was just innocently eating a jelly snake out of the grandchildren's treat jar, and the filling fell out. So before I went to bed, I took some paracetamol just in case it started hurting, and I am aware it's not there, but it's not hurting yet. So, you know, I'm not having that done till Wednesday, and it's Monday evening now, so hopefully I can last 2 days, day and a half, whatever. So Wednesday I've got morning and afternoon, so that'll be a soup day as well, won't it? And Thursday, nothing in the day, but I'm out for tea with my Tea on a Thursday friends. And Friday I'm free, I think, if I've not forgotten anything. I bought lots of things this week, lots of deliveries. My husband keeps saying, what have you bought now? As I told you yesterday. Oh, there's some more of the cottons that I've bought from Flutter Fabrics. I've probably got more somewhere as well, because, you know, I need to have a tidy up. I'm being overrun with things I keep buying. It's not good. Well, it is really, because, you know, I'm surrounded by treasure. I do like it in here. It just takes a lot tidying up to actually get some space big enough. I have my cutting mat right here. This is big enough for cutting, and at the side of me I have my sewing machine. So if I want to do some sewing on the machine, everything that's on top of that I can put on my cutting mat. And I have an extending table over to this side, which isn't extended. I can extend that and just shove things out the way. But I'm doing a bit of organisation, because it's too haphazard and I need it to be more managed. I won't be doing it yet though, because I'm on track for finishing these quilts, because I can't wait to start something. And now I'm beginning to worry about, what shall I do first? I have so many options. What shall I start first in my new projects after I finish these 3 things? Shall it be my Christmas quilt? I think it might be my Christmas quilt. Although I've bought some patterns, as you know. I've sent them to my daughter to print off. She's not done it yet. And I think I might use one of those patterns with my this one, because these fabrics are lovely. I can't remember if I've shown you these or not. I'm busy choosing what to order from catalogue 63 now, the Moda catalogue. I've chosen 3, but you know, the cost of these layer cakes, now that the prices have gone up, you know, it's pretty extortionate really. But there's nothing gone down or stayed the same, has there? What were we talking about the other day about the price of it? And it is just, that's what it is what it is. Yeah, look at these lovely pinks, or I don't know what you call them, damson maybe. They're lovely. But I am quite taken by the blues actually, which I'm not usually. But the dark blue I really like, and I was thinking maybe I should, you know, buy some meterage of the dark blue floral one. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? Some nice greens there. Ooh, that's nice. I do like that one. Is that the last? No. But I've gone with the cream. I think I'm going to mix it with cream. You know, so it is nice and you can see everything. There's a lot of cream in there. I don't really want to darken it down. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. 40 minutes I've been talking now. So I think I shall go. I shall go and make my soup. My daughter was very against me buying this soup maker because I was wasting my money. She said, Mother, all you have to do is put it in a pan. I said, I know, but in all of these years, I probably bought it about 4 years ago. So that was, how many years is that? 37 years of marriage. I've never done that. So, you know, I'm probably not going to do it now. So I bought a soup maker. And now that I'm cooking all our own food and we're not having anything that's pre-prepared or manufactured, I've been making quite a few soups. And I look in the fridge and I chop up all the veg and stick it in. Now, I did like the one with all the celery in, but it was a bit stringy, so I think I'll do one with less celery next time. I've eaten all of them. Some of them were a bit odd. But then, you know, when you go to restaurants and you have soup that they've made, they don't taste like tin soup, do they? And really, tin soup is very bad for you. So, yeah, I'm making soup. That's what I'm having for my tea anyway, carrot and coriander. And I think we said we might put something in with it to make it a bit thicker, like cauliflower. I've got some cauliflower. Or the odd potato. Anyway, that's what I'm going to have for my tea. He should be eating his by now. I left it in the oven and the timer will go off when it's ready. While I got this done, because, you know, I'm busy this week and I thought, well, I might as well get it done while I have the time. Well, I made the time while I have an opportunity to make the time to do it. And it's only 13 days since the last one. So I hope I've not bored you too much. And I hope you're all well. And I'll have another chat soon. See ya. Bye.